I have a question for you. What do these book covers have in common? Is it the font? Is it the great use of negative space, one color, or the positive space that's used with an image? Is it the simplicity of the composition? If you thought about all of these, you would be right. Who is this? This is Chip Kidd, an iconic, prolific, contemporary graphics designer, editor, and author who is known for his conceptualization of art and simple composition. In this presentation, I'm going to be focusing on one book cover that changed the trajectory of his life and other book covers that shows his process, style, and his philosophies. But before we get into how Chip views the world, I want to give you background on how Chip got to where he is today. If you are looking for an iconic, prolific, contemporary book cover designer, then this presentation is for you. Chip grew up in Pennsylvania. He loved comics. He went to Pennsylvania State where he met his mentor, Mr. Laney. He mastered conceptualization under the mentorship of Mr. Laney, and 4 years later, he graduated with a graphics design degree. In 1986, he aced an interview and landed junior assistant position in a book publishing company in New York. Little did he know, 7 years after being hired, a man by the name of Michael Christian would need someone to design a book about a dinosaur in a park. We see his process. How does he think it out? What is he thinking? As he said in TED's talk, he had no clue what he was doing. But luckily he lived in New York and they have a lot of museums with dinosaurs. He checked out the bones, he bought books on dinosaurs, and there he had his concept. A simple composition, a two-dimensional dinosaur, top center, the author's name at the bottom, Jurassic Park at the top, navy blue and red colors that he used with a silhouette dinosaur. Simple composition, Chip style. Great use of negative positive space, dark drop shadows, and one color background. Chip didn't know it would blow up into a brand, it would blow up into a sequel, it would blow up into a logo. Chip didn't know it would consume faithful followers. In 2001, Chip decided to take a stab at writing his own book. It's about a student being bullied by an art teacher 2 semesters. It's taken by a real experience that happened in Chip's life. There's a lot of floating ideas around about the book, but many can agree that the book cover has the Chip style to it. 2 colors in the background. No image, but a name. Cheese, monkey. Now there is a science to this, and there's a reason why many of his books doesn't follow a certain style. He says having a style kind of boxes you in and doesn't give you the freedom to explore the message. He gives us 5 philosophies that he lives by. One of them is first impression counts. He says when you are illustrating a concept, think about clarity and mystery. Clarity make the message clear, but mystery make viewers search the meaning. We see this in possible side effect. A hand. Why is there a hand? Mystery. Clear background. Clarity. The second philosophy is to read the book before designing. Looking for Lincoln was designed because he found the meaning in the book by reading it. Number 3, understand what the author wants. Jurassic Park was created because Chip understood what the author wanted. He also had an author's perspective because he had written a book, and that helped him. Number 4, let your hobby influence you. And because of this hobby, he put a personal touch. The Watchmen is intense. It is almost as if this is the guy that was in the client's head. Hands down, beautiful. And last, be different. If Chip had followed the trend, do you think he would have came out with a mouth open? Was it trending back then that the mouth is open? So he says, be different. Because if you follow the trend, you will not create something that hasn't been done before. And Gulp is a great example of not following a trend. Chip was asked, what advice do you have for the artists out here? And Chip says, whatever you do, have fun. I'm not going to tell you not to do this for money because I make a lot of money doing this. But I will tell you, if you going to do this for money, go into marketing, because you'll make more money in marketing than you will in graphics design.